Hello, my ragtime summertime gal.
Send me a kiss by wire.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to MsMojo. And today we're looking at the biggest names you might not remember visited Sacred Heart over the years.
You never know what life will put in your lap when you open your arms and embrace it.
Number 20, Tom Cavanagh.
Why are they all here?
Zombie on!
Tom Cavanagh broke out as the titular character on Ed. To Arrowverse fans, Cavanagh is best known as Harrison Wells. On Another Earth, Cavanagh was JD's older brother, Dan Dorian.
How you chocolate chip flapjacks, little brother?
Chocolate chippity good.
More whipped cream, Christopher?
Bring it.
Of course, it often feels like JD is the older one, being embarrassed by Dan's slacker attitude as he coasts through life. At the same time, Dan steps up as the big brother when he notices how much Dr. Cox means to JD. Dan knows that he's no role model for JD, but Dr. Cox could be, telling him what will happen if he doesn't look out for his brother. JD also gives Dan a much-needed push, putting him on the path to becoming a successful estate agent.
Well, if you're doing so well, how come you made me buy you your lunch?
Good question, JD.
I was unaware one needed a reason to try and score a free meal. Are you... I'm just...
You have your own sandwiches.
Now I have yours.
Number 19, William Daniels.
Alrighty. What do we have here?
What you've got here, young man, are 4 cases of Legionnaire's pneumonia.
So I would start us out on IV aminoglycosides.
And make sure you check for urinary Legionella antigen.
To millennials, this actor will always be Mr. Feeney from Boy Meets World. Daniels also won 2 Primetime Emmys for his performance as Dr. Mark Craig on St. Elsewhere. He'd play another doctor in a season 1 episode of Scrubs. In fact, this episode includes appearances from fellow St. Elsewhere actors Ed Begley Jr., Stephen Furst, and Eric Lanouville. All 4 play doctors being treated for Legionnaire's pneumonia, seizing the opportunity to mess with newbies like JD.
So, Junior, what's with the antecubital venopuncture?
Oh, I got hit with the business end of one of my Hep B patient syringes last night.
I once had a colleague who got bit by a patient with rabies.
He's okay, right?
No, he died.
Daniels stands out as Dr. Douglas, who doesn't hesitate to let the interns treating him know that he's more experienced than they are. That may be true, but when it comes to mentorship, Daniels could learn a thing or two from Mr. Feeney.
Persevere, and prosperity shall be yours. All right, I'm a fortune cookie.
Number 18, Dave Foley.
I understand that you guys spend most of your time fighting death around here, so it's understandable that you're made uncomfortable by this. Now, if you'd like, I'm willing to counsel both of you.
I was tempted to take him up on that.
As far as NBC sitcoms go, Dave Foley is primarily associated with news radio. He also popped up in 2 episodes of Scrubs as Dr. Lester Hedrick. Being Sacred Heart's grief counselor, you might expect Hedrick to take a delicate approach to death. While Hedrick brings a calm demeanor and friendly smile into the room, he also has a blunt, at times morbid sense of humor that patients find oddly comforting.
So which one of you is going to kick it? Now, don't tell me, I want to guess. I'm thinking it's either you or you. Now, you because you're hooked up to a bunch of machines, or you, well, you just have that look of someone who's going to die young. I'm kidding.
While not all of his fellow doctors take him seriously, grief isn't the only emotion that Hedrick understands. In addition to bringing some patients comfort toward the end, he helps others recover by addressing their unresolved mental health issues. Hedrick strikes a balance between sarcastic and sincere, which Foley is well suited for.
We were definitely in the depression stage. And bless Hedrick, he didn't say it. All he said was,
She was lucky to have you two as doctors.
Number 17, Heather Graham. Elliot isn't the only blonde doctor that JD ever had eyes for. Between appearing in franchises like Austin Powers and The Hangover, Heather Graham had a recurring role during the 4th season of Scrubs.
This is a really windy hospital.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was drying up a patient's urine. I'm kind of a favorite around here.
Graham played Dr. Molly Clock, a perky psychiatrist who, despite not getting the warmest reception at first, eventually made friends at Sacred Heart. She even took Elliot under her wing as a mentee.
Listening to Molly made me realize a person doesn't have to be perfect to be exactly what you need.
While some may describe her as spacey, Molly is far from a dumb blonde stereotype. She has a way of getting inside other people's heads, but she does so with an upbeat attitude. Whether or not things could have worked out between JD and Molly, nobody can rewind the clock to find out.
Molly, I'm narcissistic, I'm pessimistic, I'm obsessive, I'm insecure, and I am so afraid of intimacy that every one of my relationships is a journey of self-sabotage that inevitably ends in a black vacuum of shattered expectations and despair.
Wow. Number 16, Tara Reid. From one blonde that JD was romantically involved with to another, Tara Reid appeared in 10 season 3 episodes and one from season 4 as Danny Sullivan. That's right, the younger sister of Jordan Sullivan.
Sorry folks, little problem here. Get you down in about an hour or so.
I don't feel so good.
This makes things complicated for JD, not just because he slept with Jordan, but because Dr. Cox will do whatever it takes to keep JD out of his personal life. Danny and JD nonetheless have a fair deal in common, most notably their habit of inner monologuing.
Inner monologue? Weirdo!
With JD carrying a torch for Elliot, he can never quite make it work with Danny. At least Danny has other options, including the soup Nazi from Seinfeld. Hey, that's another actor you forgot was on Scrubs.
What is it again? It's like you're out of luck in the soup department. No soup for you!
Right.
Number 15, Christopher Meloni.
I think, Dr. Norris, what we're looking for is someone who's not too alarmist, but also not too lax either.
Oh, God, please let that someone be me.
Thanks to his work as Detective Elliot Stabler in the Law & Order franchise, Christopher Meloni has become synonymous with hard-hitting characters who command authority. Meloni played against type in season 3 of Scrubs as Dr. Dave Norris, a pediatrician who will greet you with a grin on his face and a puppet named Mr. Cookie Pants.
If you ever interrupt an exam of mine again, I will personally take my stethoscope and shove it up your... Benjamin! What happened?
Don't have to go.
Oh, that happens to the big boys too. Try again. Go on.
Despite the silly props, Dr. Norris is almost as sarcastic and scathing as Dr. Cox. Trying to get his son in to see Norris, Cox is given a taste of his own medicine as his queries are met with rude remarks, some coming from dolls. Regardless, Norris cares about his patients and can even help put things into perspective for their parents with or without puppets.
You've seen what can really go wrong. And if you don't get a handle on that, it's going to crush you.
You have kids?
One. She hates dolls. Boy, that's a bummer. Tell me about it.
Number 14, Jason Bateman. Zach Braff made a couple of guest appearances on Arrested Development. Jason Bateman returned the favor in season 5 of Scrubs as Mr. Sutton, a garbage collector who JD treats. Instead of thanking JD for saving his life, Mr. Sutton responds in a very Jason Bateman-esque manner.
And here comes the gratitude, the 2 words every doctor lives to hear.
Later, dude.
JD goes to Sutton's house in hopes of finally getting some gratitude, only to get ostracized. And by that, we mean that Sutton has ostriches.
Why ostriches?
They're such majestic creatures, don't you think? And, you know, they're kind of like my children. Plus, I make belts out of their necks.
As Sutton sees it, nobody thanks him for doing his job. JD was just doing his job too. Even if Sutton comes off as ungrateful, being a doctor isn't about getting recognition for your hard work. As long as a patient leaves healthy, the hard work is enough.
I just don't see why it's such a big deal for you to say, hey, doc. Why didn't he just walk away like that? Ruh-roh.
Number 13, Julianna Margulies.
I'm on a scavenger hunt and I need to find a black-haired, soulless bottom feeder.
Oh, hi, Nina.
How ironic, because what I need is a burned-out, permed-up doctor with a God complex and a drinking problem.
Julianna Margulies' most iconic roles are nurse manager Carol Hathaway on ER and attorney Alicia Florrick on The Good Wife. Between those 2 roles, Margulies ironically played a lawyer who seeks out clients at hospitals. Nina Broderick finds one in Harvey Korman, who pursues legal action against Turk. As Turk tries to get out of the lawsuit, JD attempts to squirm out of his relationship with Nina. He thus turns to the other most intimidating woman he ever slept with, Jordan.
Guess what, Missy? This is my house. You and Mr. Chestless here are over. So move on. Because if you don't, I'm gonna turn your little lame liaison into a threesome starring yours truly. And I don't kiss nice.
Nina leaves Sacred Heart peacefully, but not before taking out her pent-up sexual aggression on Todd. Although Margulies' presence might have been a callback to Carol, it's funny to think how her guest spot foreshadowed her role as Alicia.
Oh, that's right, I forgot. You freeze up around me. Okay. Well, I'll see you in court on the 18th.
Number 12, Sean Hayes. Although Sean Hayes excels at playing eccentric characters like Jack from Will and Grace, we saw a more grounded side of the Emmy-winning actor during his season 1 guest spot on Scrubs.
Dr. Cox, I was wondering if I could co-write that case report with you.
Wow, this is good. Newbie. Too bad it can't be a fight to the death.
Oh, no. I didn't know you wanted to do it. You do it. You'll be great.
Okay.
Hey, you, cut it out. Nice guys aren't even that nice.
Fellow intern Nick Murdoch seems to possess everything that JD wants. The senior staff see his potential, and even Elliot takes a liking to him.
No problem. Just give him ceftazidime 1 gram IV.
How do you stay so positive?
There's one thing that JD has that Nick lacks: the ability to get through even the worst of days.
Hey, we were just looking for you.
Nick, touch my butt, please. Hey, all right.
As smooth and relaxed as Nick appears, he quits upon admitting that one of his young patients isn't going to get better. We empathize with Nick, but it goes to show that if you're going to work in this field, you must be able to cope with tragedy.
It's not fair. I hate this place. I hate this job. I can't do it anymore. I'm done. I'm done.
Number 11, Troy Kotsur. Troy Kotsur only had a few TV credits under his belt when he played Mr. Francis in season 6 of Scrubs. Like his character, Kotsur is deaf. Thankfully, the janitor knows sign language.
Doctors?
Get out of here. You don't know how to sign.
Francis visits the hospital with his deaf son, who's offered an implant that'll help him hear. Although Francis rejects the idea, the mother gives her consent. While the doctors believe they've done good, they do see things from Francis's point of view, understanding that being deaf was one of the ways he connected with his son. Kotsur has since become one of the most prominent actors in the deaf community, breaking new ground with his Oscar-winning role in Coda. He was only the second deaf actor to win after co-star Marlee Matlin.
We are able to share this journey and this experience together and help each other out and help Hollywood to begin to improve opening their minds, to begin thinking outside the box and all those types of things. Because the deaf community has so many stories to tell.
Number 10, Keri Russell. Russell's recognizable from a plethora of movies and TV shows, including her Golden Globe Award-winning role in the drama series Felicity. But on Scrubs, she played Elliot's free-spirited former sorority sister Melody O'Hara.
Elliot? Melody? Oh my god!
And just like that, they regressed to the two 19-year-old sorority sisters they had once been.
Melody swoops into town to surprise Elliot and inadvertently comes between her and JD. She also happens to be present when Keith proposes.
Elliot, will you marry me?
No way!
Despite coming across as a maverick unwilling to be tied down, her reaction to the engagement reveals a deep-seated truth. Her 2-episode story arc brought a lot of action, entertainment, and even some plot-altering revelations.
You don't really seem like the, notch on your bedpost type of guy. Why are you trying so hard to do me?
You know what? I don't even really know. Actually, I did. I just didn't want to admit it.
It's just a shame we never saw Melody again, as she was the perfect yin to Elliot's yang. Number 9, Heather Locklear. You'll know Locklear from her countless notable TV appearances. These include her 4-time Golden Globe-winning stint on Melrose Place and as Sammy Jo Carrington on Dynasty.
Well, what's your name?
It's Joseph.
Oh, like half of mine. Samantha Josephine. We're Joe and Joe.
It's Joseph.
In Scrubs' 2nd season, she played the hot but unscrupulous pharmaceutical rep Julie Keaton. Julie shakes things up around Sacred Heart as she flirts with everyone while peddling her product.
I gotta say, I don't mind watching you two boys walk away. Oh, yeah, work it. Ow!
She's talking about our tushies.
I say we go back, but let's walk backwards.
There is no one I hate more than that Medusa.
Of course, Dr. Cox proves to be a tougher customer, but she tries to convince him to look past her profession and go out with her. Ultimately, the pair embark on a relationship until Perry's pregnant ex-wife shows up.
You should cut out the middleman and just have a therapist deliver him. I mean, honestly, Jordan, why are you telling me this?
Oh, because I've also decided that I want you back.
While Locklear's time on the show was very engaging, we were rooting for Team Jordan. Number 8, Brendan Fraser. Speaking of Jordan, remember her brother Ben? He was the happy-go-lucky, life-affirming photographer responsible for one of the saddest moments of the entire series.
Pictures capture moments in time. Woo. When they're posed, they're not real. You know, I hate that whole, thing. That's why at a party, you see me in the bushes with my camera.
Anyway, he was played by none other than The Mummy, Crash, Gods and Monsters, and dogfight actor Brendan Fraser. While featuring on Zach Braff and Donald Faison's Fake Doctors Real Friends podcast, the actor revealed that Scrubs creator Bill Lawrence had an interesting way to get him on board, involving a bunch of gym shorts.
So wear underwear.
You know how I feel about underwear?
Every girl who came to our house in the mid-'80s knows how you feel about underwear.
The sweatpants yours.
I don't like that much freedom down there.
We're glad Lawrence's gesture was so enticing, as Ben's storyline captured the humor and gut-punching emotion that made Scrubs so special.
Crying babies covered in chocolate, people singing happy birthday to my son who've never even met him before, you know, the whole routine. Where do you think we are?
And we couldn't think of a more suitable actor to pull it off either. Number 7, Mandy Moore. In season 5, JD's patient Mrs. Nichols is so grateful to him that she offers to set him up with her grandniece. The beautiful yet incredibly klutzy Julie Quinns, played by actress and singer Mandy Moore, who incidentally was dating Zach Braff at the time.
And yet there's something so accessible about her. I wonder what it is.
Ooh, I'm gonna have the carrot cake.
These days, Moore is probably best known for playing Rebecca Pearson in This Is Us or Jamie Sullivan in A Walk to Remember, among other film roles. JD and Julie have a lot in common, and naturally, their chemistry is on fire.
We fell for each other so swiftly, we decided to buy some property together and build a deck on it. To our half acre.
But as always, JD messes up when he starts to nitpick at her qualities. Even meeting Julie's godfather, Star Wars actor Billy D. Williams, couldn't save this relationship.
There's somebody else here who wants to say something.
Don't mess this up, man. Be smooth.
Lando's right.
Billy D.
Number 6, Michael J. Fox. Season 3 briefly introduced us to Dr. Kevin Casey, a brilliant doctor and surgeon who struggles with obsessive-compulsive disorder.
Super doc.
Fine. A super doc with obsessive-compulsive disorder.
Despite his limited time on the series, Dr. Casey leaves a poignant message about how you shouldn't measure yourself up to others because everyone's carrying their own burdens. This was also one of Fox's first roles after his Parkinson's disease diagnosis.
Everyone's got their own burdens, JD. And I'm not gonna be one of those people that dumps mine on somebody else. Now, what do you need?
His storyline almost mirrored his real-life experiences of trying to make the best of a bad situation and not letting it define him. The Back to the Future actor is pivotal to these episodes, bringing plenty of comedy and numerous thought-provoking moments.
Someone could just walk into your life, have such a big impact, and then vanish just like that, never to be seen again. But mostly I thought about how in some small way, Kevin had helped every single person he met here.
His appearance is highly underrated and definitely worth a rewatch. Number 5, Matthew Perry. JD finds himself in an awkward situation when he tracks down a patient's estranged son, played by Friends actor Matthew Perry.
Hello? Hello? We lost him.
So what was your thing?
Murray, an air traffic controller, is all set to donate a kidney to his father until he discovers that they aren't biologically related. This is even funnier when you know that the actor who played his father is actually Perry's dad.
And no matter what you think of that guy in there, he always knew he wasn't your father, but he stayed in the game anyway. So how's about you get your selfish ass in there?
Okay.
Incidentally, Perry also directed this episode. Could his guest spot be any more awesome? He wasn't the only Friends alum to appear on the show either. In season 8, Courtney Cox had a 3-episode stint as Sacred Heart's awful, cruel, and deceitful new chief of medicine, Dr. Taylor Maddox.
See, she was an odd combination of super friendly
Hey, you rock star.
and soulless.
This guy's insurance only covers 3 days of ICU care, so we gotta get him out of here today, okay?
Number 4, John Ritter. Some audiences might remember him best as Jack Tripper from Three's Company, whereas to others, he'll always be the overprotective Paul Hennessy from 8 Simple Rules.
You just embarrass us in front of like the coolest guy in the whole school.
Oh, after what you just did to your little brother, the coolest guy? He's the coolest guy in your whole school? God, I'd hate to see the dorks.
While these barely scratch the surface of his impressive credits, you might have forgotten that he also played JD's father and pencil salesman, Sam Dorian. JD and his dad didn't always see eye to eye, but it was clear that there was a lot of love there, and the makings of a dynamic father-son relationship.
There he is. I thought you had to work all day.
You know, I did, but I got someone to cover for me because I want to make sure I caught you and just let you know how cool it was to see you.
Sam was supposed to be a recurring character, but sadly, Ritter suddenly passed away in 2003. A season 4 episode focusing on the Dorian brothers dealing with their grief was written in his memory.
Meanwhile, he gets to work the next morning and realizes he's got 1 million of them in the trunk of his car.
The trunk is filled with boxes of them. Who's your dad?
Number 3, Dick Van Dyke. Mary Poppins, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, and The Dick Van Dyke Show are just some of the places you've seen this icon before. In Scrubs, he plays Dr. Doug Townsend, an old friend of Dr. Kelso's who struggles to keep up with modern medicine.
Dr. Townsend is like the anti-Kelso. The nurses love him.
Betty, that color is great on you.
The attendings love him.
Hey, how's the best doctor in this hospital?
Tell me, hotshot.
The character highlights the actor's likability, comedic prowess, and affable demeanor, making it even more gut-wrenching when Kelso has no choice but to let him go. Plus, his storyline prompted an interesting discourse about aging doctors.
Guys like us, we're set in our ways.
Well, this is not an age thing, Doug. Hell, these days, if you've been out of med school 5 years, half of what you learned is obsolete.
In a Reddit AMA, Donald Faison divulged that Dick Van Dyke was one of the guest stars he was most excited about, and who could blame him. Van Dyke's appearance was supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Listen, do me a favor, will you? Help me look after this kid. One of the good guys.
Number 2, Colin Farrell. This Irish heartthrob's arguably better known for more dramatic films like Tigerland, Minority Report, and The Batman. Not that he hasn't delved into comedic roles as well.
I just put it out there, do us a favor. Is there any chance I could get one of these filled with Guinness? I have an awful hangover. My head is split. We had a late night last night, as you can see, and I'm a bit shaky. Is there any chance?
In this season 4 episode, he plays the charming Billy Callahan, who claims to be the brother of an unconscious patient. It's later revealed that this was a lie, and he actually threw the punch that landed the guy in the hospital, and he just wants to make sure he's all right.
He slipped, hit his head on the bar. Now, listen, where I come from, you knock someone unconscious, you stay around, you make sure they're okay. Right? So, guess what? I won't be leaving.
Unsurprisingly, in a role that seems tailor-made for the actor, everyone's enchanted by Billy's charisma.
Life's too short to hold a grudge. But still, you two boys might want to ask yourselves why you contacted the authorities and didn't have the decency to come and talk to me first. But I shall let you two partners figure that out.
In his brief time on the show, Billy teaches everyone a little something about living their best lives. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Ryan Reynolds. We know what you're thinking. Ryan Reynolds was on Scrubs? Yes, if you cast your mind back to season 2, the Hollywood A-lister played Turk and JD's old college buddy Spence.
Oh, that's good sauce.
Check it out. Free picture.
His appearance came shortly after the finale of his sitcom Two Guys and a Girl, and his breakthrough movie role in National Lampoon's Van Wilder long before his Deadpool days. Although Spence is in just one episode, he seriously makes waves among the series' regulars, including spilling the tea on Jordan's baby's real father.
You just had a baby.
No, she just had a baby.
Yeah, but you said it was his. And he said something else.
That he didn't know it yet.
That's exactly right.
Can you think of any other forgotten Scrubs guest stars? Let us know in the comments.